Hello and welcome back to a new video on my channel. My name is of course Etholdir and welcome to the 10th episode of Chronos. And today I decided, because it's the 10th episode, why not do another world tour so that I can basically show you everything in its current state of affairs. I might skip some parts if they have not changed, but basically I'm just going to go around the map. So also for new people, welcome, and this is Chronos. So this is actually the town of Quarks, and as you might have seen, I'm working on the improvements. The market still needs to be expanded a little bit further, and yeah, new details need to be added, some improvement of decorations and stuff. But it's already starting to look a lot better than the old Quarks. As you can see, I'm walking pretty fast. That's because I put my walking speed pretty high so that we can actually go through this a little bit quicker. I'm using the Conquest texture pack for anyone that's wondering, and I must just say I love the air. I love the clouds and stuff. It's amazing. It's like shaders without shaders. So that's pretty amazing. So let's kind of go here, because this is where another city is going to be eventually. And if you played Assassin's Creed Revelations, you might have seen the underground city there. Basically, I want to recreate something like that, or at least something that is inspired by that town. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up here. If I fit through this, yes. So this is where the entrance is going to be. The entrance might even change because I don't really like this design, but this is basically where the entrance will be to that city. And yes, let's kind of go on with the next thing. So this is the ruin of the Sphinx. Currently there's nothing underneath it, but maybe we might add like a hidden dungeon connecting to the cave system that I want to make underneath the desert, which you have probably seen parts of if you've seen videos on the library. So that's basically something that I still have in mind, but what we haven't gotten to yet. This is the savage camp in the desert, so the desert savages, which hasn't really changed since last time. So I'm just gonna walk around it and focus on my next destination. Something died there. Yes, so we're just gonna follow this, and luckily we can go through this quite quickly with this kind of speed. Of course, if you wouldn't have this speed, and if you would have to pay attention to your food and to your other things, then it would of course take a lot longer to get actually through an area like this. Yes, but we're closing into the actual jungle, and in the jungle we're not gonna look at the orcs, nor are we gonna look at the Nether's place, because basically nothing has changed there yet. So if you want to see that, I advise you to take a look at the first world tour where I show everything, because I don't want to have too much repetition. I want to focus on stuff that is yeah, kind of new to Chronos. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to find the Hobbit place. You can still see some signs of the orcs while we go through, and we might even get a glimpse of the Maya city, which would be good. And why am I walking? Just to kind of grasp the scale of this. So this is a pretty cool location to kind of look out over the jungle, and even though there's a lot of things to be found in the jungle, you can see I can stand here without seeing any build evidence, but I can see some roads which could make you wonder what's hidden there. And I think maybe that is something. No, also trees. So actually we found a place where you can't actually see anything built yet, but if we look that way, that looks familiar. So let's go there. Yeah, you can see there is some random snow here. That's because of the new biome changes, that basically the edges of the jungle mixed with extreme hills because of the mountains. And in extreme hills it snows at some heights, leaving some traces of snow. So we might have to go around, change the biomes a little bit to make sure that it's not actually snowing in the jungle, because that would be kind of weird. But as you can see, we found ourselves, the Hobbit place, which still hasn't gotten a name. So maybe I should work on that as well. Because it would be good, of course, to have a name for this town, because it's almost done. So let us just find the entrance. There it is. So welcome to Hobbit Town, which is looking quite fabulous, I should say. You can see that we are using some of the textures of Conquest, but only the textures that look good if you have the another texture pack as well. Because basically, if you have another texture pack, you will just see this, and that's not that bad actually. So that's my kind of golden rule. I don't want to make it texture pack dependent too much. So yeah, as you can see, the Hobbit place is pretty much done. There's only one place, and it's kind of that hill that still needs something. Yeah, we're gonna be working on that pretty soon, hopefully. But for the rest of it, it's basically entirely done. And looking really good, especially if you remember how this area looked when we first got here. It's a big improvement, it really is. So I'm glad that we kind of got this far, and I'm really glad for the help I got on this part, of course. So let's kind of start to take to the road and kind of see where we end up, because there is a lot to show, of course. And then this is an inn made by Mysterious Snow. I'm not sure if this was there last time, but it is certainly here now. And as you can see, it's basically just a little cozy inn with a lot of tables to bring some beer at. And if you follow this road, we'll come down to the trolls, of course, which are over here. And if I'm correct, the troll horde should be somewhere up here. Because of course, if the trolls would have frozen there, it means that before they would frozen there, they would have had their own little base. And I think, yes, Blocky Panda is working on that over here. Or he's already quite far, I see. So that's pretty cool. So that is close to the road. That's one of the kind of distractions from the main road that we have added. And I want to add more things like this, of course. Then if you follow this road, yes, let's follow this road. Then we'll come to the Italian place. So the hills, and after that the human city. Let's just get a quick glimpse of that before we return to the epic things of the swamp. And while we're running through the swamp, you will be able to see a lot of mushrooms, which is one of the features. I think I want a little chapel over there, just a small one, because the monastery is close by. This is of course my villa which I made together with Blocky Panda. And then over here we've got the inn made by Mr. Firepants and Mysterious Snow. Then there's another villa over here which is made by Brian, I believe. And then there is another villa here which is still a work in progress by Enduran. And then if you walk any further, of course this area needs to be filled with more villas and farms and stuff. Over there is what we're gonna time-lapse for BioFrost. So if you want to see a time-lapse, go over to the BioFrost channel. And this is gonna be a little monastery, which is actually not so little at all if you look at this kind of plan that we laid out. So this is gonna be one time-lapse. And if you want to see it, go over to BioFrost, because it's going to be epic. Hopefully, if everything goes according to plan, that will be an epic time lapse indeed. So yes, this is the road, and then there will be a bridge here to the human city, and the human city is something that I hope to be able to start pretty soon, since we have some basic wall designs. So as soon as we know the final design, we can go start building the wall and then making kind of the division for the human city. And yes, but other than that, there's basically not much to see here in the human city at this point. So what we're gonna do is warp to hills, and we're just gonna continue our journey again from here, so that we can go into the swamp area and show some of the epic builds going on in the swamp, because the swamp has actually become which is pretty close to the center of the map. And the swamp is really an interesting location. Of course, you've got the trolls that we already seen. We've got a hunter camp that I showed in last video that I did before this one. And yes, also of course we've got these mushrooms, but of course we've got witches, and even it borders to the Dwarven Kingdom. So a lot of epic stuff to be found in this swamp. There we go. Oh, I got an email. Great. Yes, so this is the witches. The castle is just fabulous. It's really just awesome. Really cool place to kind of go into and explore, or even try to capture. And this is the tower that Quickscope Master or Jim is working on, and that's going to be the evil witch tower. So I'm not going to show that too much just yet, because it's still a work in progress and I don't want to spoil it too much. So yes, of course, if you follow this road, you'll get to the Dwarven Kingdom, which was a time lapse on BioFrost. If you want to see it, go over to the channel, enjoy it while you wait for the next time lapse. And this is of course the closed gate. There will be another entrance like this. Oh no, another email. There will be another entrance like this, but it will be on the other side, and it will be opened. We'll come to that location maybe, or I don't think so actually. We'll come to that location, but yeah, there will also be a time lapse for BioFrost, hopefully soon after the time lapse of the monastery, so that we have a time lapse more frequently than we have now. This is the village, which has been around for a while now, so nothing new here. What is new is the hunter camp, of course, that I showed in last time's video, but I will show you kind of how to get to it, because it's pretty easy to find actually. Because if you come to this river, and you follow the river, you'll come to the hunter camp. Oh, we're not going to follow the river though, because we have already seen the hunter camp in last time's video, so we're just going to continue our road here, which is basically going to lead us to the Savages capital. Yes, which is of course also a very cool location of the map, which this is actually the center of the map, I think. It's the most central point that you will find, and it's almost done. I think Dusty is just finishing up making the kind of head building at the moment, and then everything is done. So I'm just gonna run around a little bit so that you can see how awesome, how random awesome this is, because this is actually one of my favorite locations, and unfortunately I didn't really build on this part, but I still do very much like it. So I think over here Dusty is working on this, and I think he's actually let's building all of it. So if you want to see more on this creation, go check out his channel, because there will be some awesome videos for you there. Now let's move on to first of all the location next to the Savages, which is this nice lake that we added a while back to kind of make more sense of the area. And then of course we have this little savage camp next to the big savage camp for farming, which is really cool. And you've got another road coming from the village that connects up to this road. You've of course got this nice cliff area with the goblin or orc base underneath it, which is still work in progress of me, of course. And then this is kind of the bridge that leads into the forest, and the forest of course is still in its baby phase because we haven't really started the forest yet. But once we do, this will be an awesome place as well, and will be a very big place actually. Maybe some elves hidden in there. And then this is of course the north, as we saw it last time, but this time we're going to go into the actual north. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go through the savages camp, which is all let's build at this camp. So if you want to see more on this savage camp, take a look at my channel, at my let's build playlist, and you will be able to see a lot of episodes on that. And if you follow this road, it should take us to the wall, and as you can see the forest is nicely done. Still need some details there, but that will come. Then we have the wall over here to enter the actual north, because of course this is just like kind of intro to the north, but this is where the real north starts. And oh yes, we're gonna go in. This is where we're gonna end up. This is of course where there's gonna be a ruined castle, which Danny is going hopefully to continue soon. And then this is Lake Town, of course, which I can't walk through, but I can fly through it, which is a really awesome location already. Still not finished. Of course, this is my latest Let's Build together with Danny, so if you want to see how we created this house, yeah, keep an eye out on my channel. There should be some episodes out already. Maybe all episodes will be out already by this time, but yeah, go and check it out because it's quite a nice building. It's my favorite building of Lake Town so far. So really just go check it out because it's awesome. And then in here, if you can see, this is the gate, which is made by Charian or Hus, which is actually a really nice house, gatehouse design. And then if we continue over here, we'll get to the actual docks, or where the docks are going to be for Lake Town. And then this is the ship that Danny is working on. And then if you go here, we've got Nordic ruins, of course, which is really a nice place. Yeah, I really like this place. Of course, it's completely destroyed because of the dragon, but yeah, it's a nice place nonetheless. Yeah, also this is completely done, this Nordic ruins, so that's good as well. Of course, we have my little woodcutter's lodge, which I did a Let's Build on, for those that are interested. And then of course we can go through the town, hopefully. This is a pretty fun location, and it was pretty fun to kind of work on this location as well. I think I just need to go through this house. Yes, this will give me access to the farm area. And then we come into territory that hasn't been worked on yet. You can see there's still a very flat and barren, so this will all be a lot more detailed. Not that it's all going to be built on, but it's just going to add more details, landscaping a little bit more interestingly, so that it's actually an interesting location to kind of go through. And then what we have here is like the forest, and in the forest we're gonna go have some hunter camps, some fireplaces, and even a hunters guild. And this hunters guild has been made by Mr. Firepants, and if we are lucky we'll find it, and if we are unlucky we won't find it, and then we'll just have to deal with that. But hopefully we'll find it, and it should be here. No, this is the end of the cliff, so I missed it. Yeah, I'm gonna do one more attempt at finding it, but if we don't find it, well, that's too bad then. Is that? Yes, this is it. This is the Hunters Guild. So yes, this is a what? I'm stuck. Okay, this is a very cool place made by Mr. Firepants, and it's basically this big building, which is the Hunters Guild, which is really good looking. I'm not gonna go inside with this speed, so bear with me. But as you can see, it's a pretty fun location, and basically he will be working on the forest. That's a little bit more campsite, I believe. But yes, that's it. That is the Hunters Guild. So let's kind of move on and try to find a way to where the Nordic City is going to be. Because of course we've started working on that, or I've started working on that and had some help. But it's going to be bigger, because that's going to be one district of it, and it's going to continue on top of this cliff. But we're just going to look kind of at the progress that we have so far. I did not work on it too much, or not at all after last time's video, because I worked on the trees and such. So, but still, we're just gonna have a look at it, just so that we have shown that. There's still some random objects in the air here though, so don't mind those too much. Those will be gone hopefully soon. And yes, this is the road down to the Nordic City, or to this district. And yes, there we go, here we go. This is the Nordic City, which looks pretty good already, even though it's completely barren, but I really like it. Of course we've got the market square here, the fisherman market, and then we've got the kind of combat area here, the warriors area. Maybe this is going to be like a small warriors guild, not the main guild, because I want to have that bigger somewhere else, but maybe a small branch of the warriors guild here, and then the main building will be somewhere off in the wild, hopefully. Yes, so that is one of our locations, and with that we've kind of almost shown everything that I wanted to show in this video. So yes, I think we've shown everything that I wanted to in this video. So hopefully you enjoyed the world tour. Let me know if I should do this every 10th episode. So again, when we reach episode 20 and such. Why are the floating leaves? But yeah, let me know if you want to see that, because then I'll do that. This is where the other entrance of the dwarves is going to be. So that's quite a long way from the other entrance, and this is going to be where the forest is going to be, all the way up to the kind of beaches. So there's quite a huge area that we have to terraform into the most epic, the most epic forest that we have ever created. So I think this is more beaches. It's quite a huge area that we have available for this. So that's pretty cool. This is the lake, which is next to the savages, and this is of course where northern savages are and the normal savages are. So that's also a pretty big area that we still have to do. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Of course, feel free to leave a comment down below, and hopefully I will see you back next time in the next video. Bye bye.